Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going? We're going to be doing some reading tonight. Q's is here. I am present. I have a huge headache, but am here. Excellent. Well, happy to see you. How you doing? Apart from the headache, how you doing? And did you take some aspirin? Or some ibuprofen or something? Cause headaches are no bueno. Headaches are no bueno. But I'm happy to have you regardless. Hopefully my reading doesn't make it worse. Hopefully. Hopefully. Mm. Oh boy, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. Good to see the mic is working, the camera's working. We've got our wall of text. We have our video of chickens. I've got the Ryokaku-sans. It's all good. All good. We got them throat drops. We got everything. And I mean everything. Let me turn on the volume because I can hear myself. There we go. Don't want to be hearing myself because that's kind of weird. Had to get up. I heard recommendation for meds. Yeah, I have Excedrin in my system. Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, tis the season for headaches. It it didn't make it worse. Well, that's good. That's good. Awesome, awesome. I just hope I don't make it worse because I know that sometimes my voice gives Scott a headache. Sometimes, so hopefully it doesn't. I don't give you a headache. Um, but yeah, so basically what we're doing today is doing some reading, some discussing of of the Tale of Genji, an English translation on Project Gutenberg because it's public domain. It's free real estate. So should get some more water. That I think helped the most. Yeah, you could be dehydrated, but put less salt in it this time. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea because I know sometimes I get headaches in the summer when I'm dehydrated. So yeah, you might be a tad dehydrated. Very possible. Um, but yeah, get you some water and just sit back, relax, and feel good, man. Feel good. Water always helps. Or have some tea. Tea's good too. My voice gives Scott a headache. Why does that just sounds like him? Yes, yes, it does. It's true though. It's true though. Sometimes I give him a headache because I just get too excited and I talk too much, and then he gets a headache. It's just how it works. Oh man. Oh man. Oh yeah. So basically, last time we read up until like page 28 is what it looks like right here. Read until page 28. Um, and so basically, this book has been sad as hell. Like so sad. It's like pretty girl is with the emperor, and then everybody's jealous and like because they're not paying attention to them and blah 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 blah, and then they have a baby and the baby's so pretty and it's prettier than his firstborn, so everybody gets more jealous and does a lot of mean things to the lady, and then she just has enough and just up and dies. And then so then this guy has been crying, the emperor's been crying all day and all night and just making everybody miserable, and it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. um Hopefully things get better. Hopefully there's some cool shit that happens. I mean, this is a classical Japanese. This is like a legendary text, so like I mean, it's gonna sound old fashioned y whatever, but like, and a lot of things were inspired by this. But you know, it's got to be good for a reason, right? It's got to be legendary for a reason, right? So it's probably something going on. That's maybe there's some wild shit. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna keep reading. Um, so you know, we're gonna see what happens. So yeah, basically, and now we're at a point where he sent a messenger to the dead lady's mom at her wildly overgrown house. that her dead daughter was supposed to clean up, but didn't. Oof! I missed the. I was very. I am present. Real Sayaka's here. Are those words on a page? Is this a story? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Welcome, welcome, Real Sayaka. How you doing? How you doing? Didn't mention it, but I got called into work 2 hours early, so that isn't helping anything. Oh, cues. Oh. Well, at least we can give you something to listen to while you're at work with a headache. Oof. Oof. Hope you're feeling better soon. So like that other guy used to tell us about. Exactly, exactly. Kind of reading some Tale of Genji, kind of giving it a little bit of fuck yo free share in there. Cause as I was saying earlier, it's a legendary classical text, right? So there's got to be something good about it. There's got to be something good about it. So far, it's just really sad. People are just dying. They're just dying. They're sad. They're crying. They're dying, and people are being dicks, and it's a big mess. It's like Heian Game of Thrones is basically Heian period Game of Thrones is what we're working with here. I intentionally missed the first stream to skip the prologue. Well, good. That's a good reasoning there, but we didn't even read the prologue because why? Fuck a prologue. That's why. Um actually I think it just has a preface, but whatever. We didn't read it. We didn't read the genealogical charts either or the cast of characters, so Kier says people are just dying. Yeah, they tend to do that, right? Not reading the prologue, Scoot would be very disappointed. Well, he can be disappointed. Let me ask him. Scott, are you disappointed I didn't read the prologue? I didn't read the prologue on stream. Are you disappointed? Ouch! I asked him if he's disappointed that I didn't read the prologue, and his response as he's making dinner is, I'm always disappointed in you. Oh! Oof. Oh man. Well, I'm such a disappointment that he's still married to me, so whatever. I cannot engage with the story unless I know the height, weight, blood type, horoscope, and allergy information of every single character in the story. Well, you're in luck. You're in luck because up here we have our genealogical charts. All right. Oh, I guess I guess we could have learned the lady's name from there. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, his mother was Kiritsubo. Okay, her name was Kiritsubo. That's why they named the chapter. Okay, I probably should have looked at it. Anyways, so yeah, you want to know? This is the list of most important persons, alphabetical, right here. So I'm not seeing like height or weight or blood type, but close enough, I think. It's too early in the stream for harsh burns. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hold on a second. Are you making mapo tofu? Can I have some? Just a little? Thank you. Scott's making mapo tofu again, and I gotta have some. It smells really good. But me, an English person, trying to remember the names of Japanese characters, I feel you. I feel you, because these are all very very Japanese names. Like Kiritsubo is very very Japanese. Yeah, they're all very Japanese because they are. But I'm watching Bleach and confuse the character names constantly. That's a struggle. That's a real struggle, especially if they're really close. You know, like Konosuke or Yonosuke. You know, Yunosuke. So many Nosuke's. A list of important persons being alphabetical annoys me, right? I mean, like, I guess it's important because I should have looked at here because otherwise I would have seen that Kiritsubo is the name of spoiler alert, Genji's mom, which is the pretty prince. So I guess she's the lady that died and like was being bullied. She died because she was being bullied, which is really, you know, that still happens in Japan to this day in some instances. So I guess it is relevant. Um, but yeah, I mean, do you guys want to hop in? You guys want to Want to do some more reading, and I can either lull you to sleep or engage you if you're interested. So let's let's read some Tale of Genji. Oh yes, yes. Tale of Genji. Oh yes. Um. All right. So like I was saying, this is right after a messenger had brought a letter to Kiritsubo's elderly mother who lives in a house covered in weeds. Um, and she came back and he wanted her to read some shit, blah blah blah. Um, I can't read this with the emotion that it needs to be, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, so we'll just start here. Um, Again, the emperor strove for self-possession in the presence of his messenger. But as he pictured to himself the time when the dead lady first came to him, a thousand memories pressed thick about him, and recollection linked to recollection carried him onward, till he shuddered to think how utterly unmarked, unheeded all these hours and days have fled. I remember reading that. Okay, yeah, so he's like, oh God, I can't think of this woman. Oh God, oh God, oh God. And at last he said, I too thought much, and with delight, about how with most profit might be fulfilled the wish that her father the counselor had left him. But of that no more, 'cause she's dead. If the young prince lives, occasion may yet be found. It is for his long life that we must pray. So he's just gonna set up their son to, you know, to do the things his mother never got to do. Wow, that's saddling him with a lot of responsibility at a young age. All right, all right. He looked at the presents she brought back, and would that like the wizard you had brought a kingfisher hairpin as a token of your visit to the place where her spirit dwells? He cried and recited the poem. Oh, a master of magic who might go and seek her, and by a message teach me where her spirit dwells. So he's gonna like take these things that he gave to this dead lady and like look for where her spirit is. Where is she? Where is she now? Her body is gone, but where is she? Where is she? Oh man. And there's a picture, blah blah blah. It's not a real person. It's kind of Chinese. Yeah, we read that too. Okay, so, but when he thought of the lost lady's voice and form, he could find neither in the beauty of flowers nor in the song of birds any fit comparison. Continually he pined that fate should not have allowed them to fulfill the vow which morning and evening was ever talked of between them, the vow that their lives should be as the twin birds that share a wing, the twin trees that share a bough. The rustling of the wind, the chirping of an insect would cast him into deepest melancholy. And now Kokiden. That bitch Kokiden, ugh, who for a long while had not been admitted to his chamber, must needs sit in the moonlight making music far into the night. Oh yeah, she was being a bitch and she was playing music. That's right, we read this part too. Oh yes. Yeah, Kokiden is like 9,000. She's this lady who gave the emperor his first kid, right? She had his first kid. And she was so jealous of Kiritsubo that like she was responsible for a lot of the bullying that killed her. Like this lady's ridiculous. She's kind of a bitch. She's kind of a bitch. And now that everyone's still mourning, everyone's still upset, and the Emperor's got like this messenger shit going on, and all these trinkets he gave to his dead girlfriend, like, and she's just playing the harp at like 3 in the fucking morning or whatever the fuck she does, and it's really making everybody mad. So everybody was shocked and distressed on his behalf, but the offending lady was one who stood much upon her dignity, and she was determined to behave as though nothing of any consequence had taken place in the palace. So she's like, bitch, y'all nothing happened. Y'all ain't mourning. There's this same shit. Same day, I'm gonna be playing out here playing my harp at 3 in the morning, and y'all are just gonna pretend like nothing happened. Why? Cause I'm a bitch. That's why. That's why. Man, this not Kizuo, Kolkiden is like, I don't know what to think about this lady. I don't know what to think about this lady other than she's a bitch. How many times can I say bitch in 1 minute? I don't know. And now the moon had set. The emperor thought of the girl's mother in the house amid the thickets and wondered, the weed lady in the woods, making a poem of the thought, with what feelings she had watched the sinking of the autumn moon. For even we men above the clouds were weeping when it sank. So everybody's just mourning. There's a tiny feedback of my voice from the stream, not sure from what. Let me try that. That probably fixed it. I hope it fixed it. Maybe it fixed it. Let me know if that fixed it. It should have fixed it. I think that was it. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad it's fixed. So now I can read properly in all my wonderful splendor. All right. So back to everybody crying because Kolkiden's a bitch. Here we go. He raised the torches high in their sockets and still sat up. But at last he heard voices coming from the watch house of the right and knew that the hour of the bull had struck. Whatever that is. Then, lest he should be seen, he went into his chamber. He found he could not sleep and was up before daybreak. But, as though he remembered the words, he knew not the dawn was at his window of Issei's poem. I'm afraid to click on these because I don't want it to go. I don't want it to like do something weird. These footnotes. He showed little attention to the affairs of his morning audience, scarcely touched his dried rice, and seemed but dimly aware of the viands on the great table, so that the carvers and waiting men groaned to see their master's plight, and all of his servants, both men and women, kept whispering to one another, "What a senseless occupation has ours become!" and supposed that he was obeying some extravagant vow. Okay, so like everybody's just like, dude, really? You're still with the morning? Eat something. Do something. They're poking him with a stick. Do something. God, Emperor, do something. Regardless of his subjects' murmurings, he continually allowed his mind to wander from their affairs to his own, so that the scandal of his negligence was now as dangerous to the state as it had been before, and again there began to be whispered references to a certain emperor of another land. So like him being all weird and in mourning and stuff is that's some risky shit. He's not paying attention, so China's gonna jump up and be like, "Yo, bitch, this is my land now." Gotta be careful with that. Gotta be careful with that. You can't be mourning your dead girlfriend for too long if you're the emperor. It sucks. But you got shit to do. He got shit to do. Alright, yeah, so everybody's talking shit because he's not doing his job. So, regardless of his subjects' murmurings, he continually allowed his mind to wander from their affairs to his own, so that the scandal of his negligence. Yeah, I read that, okay. And again, here began to be whispered references to a super emperor. Yep, yep, yep. Thus the months and days had passed, and in the end the young prince arrived at court. So the pretty boy is there. He had grown up to be a child of unrivaled beauty, and the emperor was delighted with him. Because he's so pretty. In the spring an heir to the throne was to be proclaimed, and the emperor was sorely tempted to pass over the firstborn prince, Kokiden's kid, in favor of the young child. But there was no one at court to support such a choice, and it was unlikely that it would be tolerated by the people. It would indeed bring danger rather than glory to the child. So he carefully concealed from the world that he had any such design, and gained great credit, men saying, though he dotes on the boy, there's at least some limit to his folly. And even the great ladies of the palace became a little easier in their minds. So homie's like, I really like my pretty son better than my firstborn son with that bitch. I really want to make him emperor. I really want to make him the heir, but like, nobody will support me in that. Why? Because, rules for the sake of rules, right? So he's just like, yeah, I know this is the right thing to do, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna do it. And now everybody that, killed his pretty girlfriend, for all the people that were jealous of his pretty girlfriend and made her miserable so she died, are like, oh, okay, thank God he's back to be doing normal stuff. Weirdos. Weirdos! The grandmother remained inconsolable. So, weed lady right here. The grandmother remained inconsolable and impatient to set out upon her search for the place where the dead lady's spirit dwelt. She soon expired. Wait, did she die? Does that mean that she died too? Hold on. The grandmother remained inconsolable, and impatient to set out upon her search for the place where the dead lady's spirit dwelt. She soon expired. Yeah, she died. So Wee Lady, his pretty girlfriend's mom, is dead now. So people just keep dying. This book is just death. The book. Again, the emperor was in great distress, and this time the boy, now being 6 years old, understood what had happened and wept bitterly. Okay, so now he knows grandma's dead. That's sad. That's very sad. And he often spoke sadly of what he had seen when he was brought to visit the poor dead lady who had for many years been so kind to him. That's your mom, fool! Henceforward he lived always at the palace. When he became 7, he began to learn his letters, and his quickness was so unusual that his father was amazed. Thinking that now no one would have the heart to be unkind to the child, the emperor began to take him to the apartments of Kolkiden and the rest. Ooh, that's risky. Saying to them, "Now that his mother is dead, I know that you will be nice to him." Bitch. I don't think Kokiden would still be nice to him. I don't know about that. Thus the boy began to penetrate the royal curtain. Oh, that's weird. The roughest soldier, the bitterest foeman, could not have looked on such a child without a smile, and Kokiden did not send him away. Wow, interesting. Okay, so Kokiden's like, all right, I can deal with this. Now that the pretty girl's gone, I can deal with her kid. All right. She had 2 daughters who were indeed not such fine children as the little prince. Okay. He also played with the court ladies, who, because he was now very pretty and bashful in his ways, found endless amusement, as indeed everyone else, in sharing his games. As for his serious studies, he soon learnt to send the thousands of zithern and flute flying gaily to the clouds. What does that even mean? As for serious studies, he soon learnt to send the sounds. Oh, okay, so he's playing music. Okay. Zithern and flute. Okay. And he's good at it. Damn. But if I were to tell you all of his accomplishments, you would think that he was soon going to become a bore. Well, I mean, you can't be too good at everything, or else it gets boring. And then, people will bully you until you die, because that's what happened to his mom. At this time, some Koreans came to court, and among them a fortune teller. Ooh, juicy. Hearing this, the emperor did not send for them to come to the palace, because of the law against the admission of foreigners, which was made by Emperor Uda. But in strict secrecy he sent the prince to the stranger's quarters. He went under the escort of the secretary of the right, who was to introduce him as his own son. The fortune teller was astonished by the boy's lineaments and expressed his surprise by continually nodding his head. He has the marks of one who might become a father of the state, and if this were his fate, he would not stop short at any lesser degree than that of mighty king and emperor of all the land. But when I look again, I see that I see that confusion and sorrow would attend his reign. But should he become a great officer of state and counselor of the realm, I see no happy issue, for he would be defying those kingly signs of which I spoke before. Oh, so this is gonna be miserable as shit. So he's destined to become an emperor, according to this Korean fortune teller. Okay, he's destined to become emperor, but it's not gonna be fun for anyone. Like, yeah, you're a beautiful son of the emperor now, and yeah, he kind of wanted you to be emperor more than his stepbrother, whatever. um but if you do become this, which you have to, because it'd be a waste if you weren't. If you do become the emperor, then your reign's going to be very sad and confusing. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That is wild. This is a novel, but like yeah, you're going to be emperor and everyone is going to suffer because of that fact. Exactly. Exactly. Like, you're beautiful and all, and you're really good at everything, and like you have this really good aura about you, and you're going to become emperor, but everyone's going to be miserable because of that. Thanks, Kolkiden. I blame everything on Kolkiden. It's all her fault. It's all her fault. It's his stepmom's fault. What's up, stepmom? It's your fault. All right. So I guess everyone's just gonna like we're just gonna have to believe exactly what this Korean fortune teller said. So I guess that's foreshadowing for some reason. All right. Let's see. The secretary was a most talented, wise, and learned scholar, and now began to conduct an interesting conversation with the fortune teller. Yes, it is. It's always the stepmom's fault. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't mind him around the palace now that his mom is dead. His mom's dead, but like she's the reason his mom's dead, and she's the cause for all of this misery. And now it's gonna be her fault that Genji's gonna become emperor, but it's gonna be pure misery because of her. I blame her. It's all her fault. They exchanged essays and poems, and the fortune teller made a little speech saying, "It has been a great pleasure to me on the eve of my departure to meet with a man of capacity so unusual, and though I regret my departure, I shall now take away most agreeable impressions of my visit." The little prince presented him with a very nice verse of poetry, at which he expressed boundless admiration and offered the boy a number of handsome presents. Ooh, presents. In return, the emperor sent him a large reward from the imperial treasury. This was all kept strictly secret, but so secret that we know about it. But somehow or other, the heir apparent's grandfather, the minister of the right, and others of his party got wind of it because and became very suspicious. The emperor then sent for native fortune tellers and made trial of them, explaining that because of certain signs which he had himself observed, he had hitherto refrained from making the boy a prince. Okay, so he's like, yeah, um, we know you took we know you took your kid to the fortune teller and there was gifts. So what the fuck's that about? So now they have to make a show about it. And Emperor's like, yeah, yeah, I dabble in some astrology myself, and I've seen these signs, and I'm just checking, bro. I'm just confirming, bro. Just I'm just checking it out, all right? Don't get your panties in a wad. Don't get your fundoshi up your butt crack, okay? Damn, he's just checking, bro. God. With one accord, they agreed that he had acted with great prudence. There we go. And the emperor determined not to set the child adrift upon the world as a prince without royal standing or influence upon the mother's side. Okay. For he thought, my own power is very insecure. I had best set him to watch on my behalf over the great officers of state. Thinking that he had thus agreeably settled the child's future. Yeah, that's what you think, brother. That's what you think. Um, I lost my spot. He set seriously to work upon his education, and saw to it that he should be made perfect in every branch of art and knowledge. Good idea. He showed such aptitude in all his studies that it seemed a pity he should remain a commoner. Yes, it is a pity, as it had been decided that it would arouse suspicion if he were made a prince. The emperor consulted with certain doctors wise in the lore of the planets and phases of the moon, and they with one accord recommended that he should be made a member of the Minamoto clan, or Gen clan. Okay. So this was done. Okay. So yeah, you can't be a prince because there's a lot of shit going on, and the current emperor does not want to be risking all that political suicide. So now he's like, yeah, just we're gonna train you, and you should oversee some things, and it's really shitty that you can't be emperor, but we'll find something else for you. Yeah, find something else for you. Okay. As the years went by, the emperor did not forget his lost lady, and though many women were brought to the palace in the hope that he might take pleasure in them, he turned from them all, believing that there was not in the world any one like her whom he had lost. Ooh, damn, yeah, he was like, that must have been some real, she must have been real pretty for him to not to turn down all these other pretty ladies. That's wild. That is wild. But it makes sense though, because like he was so upset when she died, so you know, if he was really that attached to her, then of course he's just gonna be like, yeah, no, I can't do that ever again. Sorry. Bye. Um, let's see. Yep, yep, yep. Pizza commercial. Yo, what's up? Cozy. Cozy, you having pizza? You having pizza, my guy? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on? We're reading some Tale of Genji. It is deep, deep lore. Um, I wish. Yeah, me too. Me too. Guys, we're instead of deep dish, we've got deep lore. We've got Japanese Heian period Game of Thrones basically is what we're reading. And it's dark. Everybody's dead. Everyone's dying. Everyone's crying. There's jealousy. There's murder. There's plots to usurp the throne. There's Korean fortune tellers. This story's got it all, baby. This story's got everything. So we're just kind of reading it. Just to see what's going on. I see. I understand the appeal. Exactly, exactly. Like basically this whole story could have been completely avoided if some bitch named Kolkiden had not been a jealous hoe and had just let the emperor have his little consort. Um, but no, she had to bully her to death, and now we have to read this book. Now we have to read this book. Scott is staring at me for some reason. Yes, Kolkina. Scott says, "Look what you made me do." No, he's right. He's right though. He's right though. Kolkiden, look what you made me do. Murasaki Shikibu, bitch, you wrote this book. Look what you made us do. Okay. Oh man. Oh, I hope I don't get smited. This sounds like the kind of story you get isekai'd into after reading through, so you can easily solve all the problems and be a Mary Sue. I would love to solve some problems here, cause like, just get rid of Kolkiden. That's really all you need to do. That's really all you need to do. You just get rid of her, and there's no problems. That's how I can be a Mary Sue. I'll just ninja my way in there with a dagger, dispose of her, and that'll be done. Then it'll be done in this book in Minecraft. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Good game. Yes. All right. So let's see. So Emperor has not forgotten this dead lady, Genji's mom, and he's turning away all these really hot girls and everyone's just like, why is he turning away all these hot girls? Let's figure it out. Um, let's see. There was there was at that time a lady whose beauty was of great repute. Okay, so we got a pretty lady, very pretty lady. She was the fourth daughter of the previous emperor, and it was said that her mother, the Dowager Empress, had brought her up with unrivaled care. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why, but now I'm just picturing trying to put this story into a Minecraft book. Hey, I'm sure that like you could. I'm sure if you haven't, then I'm sure somewhere someone has. Because Minecraft books are a totally good way of reading novels. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Minecraft is really good for a lot of things. Minecraft is really really cool. Um, so yeah, now I kind of want to know if there's a Minecraft book of this too. We'll figure it out later. I do have the manga version of this book on my phone, but I can't like do that because it's got the copyright and everything. I can't show you guys because it's copywritten. So boo. But it's okay. Anyways, so a certain dame of the household who had served the former emperor was intimately acquainted with the young princess, having known her since childhood and still having occasion to observe her from without. I have served in 3 courts, said the dame, and in all that time I've seen none who could be likened to the departed lady, save the daughter of the empress mother. That bitch is fine. She is indeed a lady of rare beauty. Yes, she is fine. All right, so we'll see. So she spoke to the emperor, and he, much wondering what truth there was in it, oh, he's curious, listened with great attention. The empress mother heard of this with great alarm, for she remembered with what open cruelty the sinister Lady fucking Kolkiden had treated her former rival, and although she did not dare speak openly of her fears, she was managing to delay the girl's presentation when suddenly she died. when suddenly she died. Everybody's fucking dying. The text is a bit fuzzy and hard to read, or is that just my tiny laptop monitor? Um, it's not you, it's me. On to the next lady. Exactly. It's not you, it's me. I'm just way too lazy to figure out how to make my screen like how to make it bigger because I don't want to fuck with the overlay. But we are on page if you want to read along. I'm reading from the Tale of Genji on Project Gutenberg, the web version, just like read on the web. And on the side, you see there's little numbers here for the page number. We're at the bottom of page 33 if you want to read along. So, well, actually, no, we're starting on 34 now. I lied. Sorry. We're starting on 34 now. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really lazy. I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. It's always me. All right. So back to this other very very beautiful woman who is like they're trying to present her to the emperor, but her mom was like, "Bitch, oh hell no. I know what Koki Den does. I'm not letting that happen to my daughter." And then suddenly this roadblock died. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Imagine they just stop talking about this lady forever and move on to something else. Now exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Wait, how long until the chapter's over? Let's see. Oh, we're almost done with this chapter. Okay, because this whole chapter is never mentioned again. Exactly. No, I'm sure that in some way, somehow, like, fuck, they'll find a way. But we're almost done with the chapter. We got a few more paragraphs. Um, and so hopefully after chapter one, which is Kiritsubo, which is the name of the dead lady, we'll stop fucking talking about her because she's dead. All right, she's dead. Her mom's dead. This other lady's alive, but her mom's dead. Why can't Koki then die again? Anyways, I'm gonna stop harping on that. Anyways, uh, yes, so the emperor, hearing that the bereaved princess was in a very desolate condition, sent word gently telling her that he should henceforward look upon her as though she were one of the lady princesses, his daughters. Okay, so I'm gonna take you under my wing, girl, because you like lost your mom and shit. Okay. Her servants and guardians and her brother. I'll allow that. The emperor was going through some shit and nobody could figure him out. At one point, there's a crazy, beautiful chick and she died. Anyway, the emperor was going through some shit. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I don't know why that got auto modded. My auto mod is like unreal. But, it's fine. I allowed it. But yeah, yeah. Anyways, the emperor, it's Monday. He's going through some shit. You know. Her servants and guardians and her brother, Prince Hyob Hyobukyo. Hyobuk Hyobuko. Hyobukyo. 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 We're gonna call him HB. Prince HB thought that the life in the palace might distract her. It would at least be better than the gloomy desolation of her home. So they sent her to court. Okay, so her mom died, so she's going to court. Exactly what her mom didn't want her to do. She lived in the apartments called the Fujitsubo Wisteria Tub and was known by this name. So now her name is Fujitsubo. Okay. The emperor could not deny that she bore an astonishing resemblance to his beloved. She was, however, of much higher rank, so that everyone was anxious to please her, and whatever happened, they were prepared to grant her the utmost license. Whoops. Whereas the dead lady who had been imperiled by the emperor's favor only because the court was not willing to accept her. So the court is like, the court's the end all be all, apparently. They didn't like Kiritsubo, but they like Fujitsubo. So, good luck to everyone if she has a kid. If she has a son, good luck to everyone, because you know they're gonna be doing stuff. You know they're gonna be doing stuff. court think this particular lookalike is okay? Yeah, because she has a higher social ranking. That's why. Like, the whole part of the whole reason that the court was all up in arms about Genji's mom was because she was like not as high a rank as some of the other ladies, and they got really jealous, and they were like, "Fuck this bitch! We're gonna make her life miserable because we want the emperor to pay attention to us." You know, we have a writing and reading category now. Thank you, Itanchi. What's good? What's good? I did not know that, so I was just putting it in just chatting. My bad. My bad. Whatever. Welcome, welcome. You still found it, so welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. You know what it is. All right, maybe for the next reading stream, we'll change it up. We'll change it up. All right. Um, so basically, Hot Fuji is coming through, and his old love did not now grow dimmer. He still loved his other lady, and he sometimes found solace and distraction in shifting his thoughts from the lady who had died to the lady who was so much like her. Yet life remained for him a sad business. Well, quit making it sad, bitch. Welcome. Interesting. Oh, since September. Wow, I did not know that, but thank you for telling me. Um, it's interesting how the emperor is blatantly going after women who look like his late wife, yet nobody can figure out why. Why in the world could the emperor be doing such a thing? I simply don't understand. Get a therapist, bro. Exactly. Emperor just being sad all over the place. This book is like literally, yeah. This book is like sad. The fucking book. Like everybody's like I keep saying everybody's dying. Everybody's miserable. Like, there's one ray of light that is Genji, and he's a pretty boy, but some Korean fortune teller was like, yo, you should be emperor, but if you are, and you better be, your reign is gonna be so sad and confusing. I don't know what's going on. This whole story is just cursed. This whole story is just cursed. But we're gonna keep going with it. We're gonna see how cursed it is. We're almost done with chapter 1. So you can either have sad and confusing or worse than that. Exactly. You can't have one or the other. You gotta have both or worse. Exactly. All right. So what is this for Genji now? Genji, he of the Minamoto clan, as he was now called, was constantly at the emperor's side. He was soon quite at his ease with the common run of ladies in waiting and ladies of the wardrobe, so it was not likely he would be shy with one who was daily summoned to the emperor's apartments. It was but natural that all these ladies should vie eagerly with one another for the first place in Genji's affections, and there were many who in various ways he admired very much. So he might have lost his real mom, but he's got like 90 goddamn moms now. He's got like 90 goddamn moms now. So he's just that's good for him. Are we reading Scott's novel? No, no, we are reading The Tale of Genji, which is um it's a very classic Japanese novel. I'm reading an English translation on Project Gutenberg because it's free and it's public domain. Um, so I can read it. Uh, and we're just kind of seeing what it's about. You know, I'm going to a lecture on the weekend that has to do with this book, and I have never read it. So why not read it on stream? Why not just hang out with everybody and read it? You know, why not get our classics on and you know, fuck the free share, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. This is like depression the book, but hopefully it gets better in some places. Anyways, yeah. So basically, Genji's got like 50 goddamn moms. Um, but most of them behaved in too grown up a fashion. Only one, the new princess, was pretty and quite young as well, and though she tried to hide from him, it was inevitable that they should often meet. Whoa, whoa. Do Murakami next. I would if he was public domain, or if I had permission, I would. I just don't want to get in trouble. Where are the hobbits, though? They're coming. They're coming. Oh, man. And then she tried to. All right, so this new hot lady's hiding from him. Blah blah blah. They meet a lot. Um, he could not remember his mother, but the dame of the household had told him how very like to her the girl was, and this interested his childish fancy, and he would like to have been her great friend and live with her always. Okay, so he was a lot like his mom, and because he couldn't remember his mom with the potatoes, Isengard. Seen that new Lord of the Rings anime? I have not. I didn't know there was a new one. Is it good? Where can I watch it? Um, One day the emperor said to her, "Do not be unkind to him. He is interested because he has heard that you are like his mother. Do not think him impertinent, but behave nicely to him. You are indeed so like him in look and features that you might as well be his mother." Oh, that's interesting. The emperor's like, "Yeah, girl, you look a lot like his mom, so why don't you just be his mom? Okay, just do it." And so, young though he was, fleeting beauty took its hold upon his thoughts. He felt his first clear predilection. Kolkiden, Kolkiden had never loved this lady too well, and now her old enmity to Genji sprang up again. Ooh, that old bitch Kolkiden. IDK? I hadn't heard of that either. Rohenheim or something. Oh, yeah, yeah, I've heard of that. I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it. Have you watched it? Do you like it? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Um, So her own children were reckoned to be of quite uncommon beauty, but in this they were no match for Genji, who was so lovely a boy that the people called him Hikaru Genji, or Genjing the Shining One. And Princess Fujitsubo, who also had many admirers, was called Princess Glittering Sunshine. So Genjing the Shining One and Princess Glittering Sunshine. Man, Kokiden is gonna get so fucked up. Ooh, I want to see that bitch fall on her face. I want to see her slip and fall on her face. Oh, she makes me mad. She makes me so mad. Reminds me, there was a scene in a lesbian rom-com comic where they met her fathers. She was asked which she actually her father. She shrugged. Four of them were hanging out. Yeah, I got like 50 goddamn dads. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, war of the Rohirrim. War of the Rohirrim. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. He's got like 50 goddamn dads. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, so things are looking really interesting because Hikaru Genji is very, very pretty. People really like him. And this new lady with the dead mom, well, they both have dead moms, but this new lady, Fujitsubo, is like the sunshine. And even though like they're not like, actually related or anything, people like them. People really like them. So Kokiden's just she's probably gonna find some way to be a bitch. I know it. That's her MO. Though it seemed a shame to put so lovely a child into man's dress, he was now 12 years old and the time for his initiation was come. The emperor directed the preparations with tireless zeal and insisted upon a magnificence beyond what was prescribed. The initiation of the heir apparent, which had last year been celebrated in the southern hall, that's probably for his older brother, was not a whit more splendid in its preparations. The ordering of the banquets that were to be given in various quarters, and the work of the treasurer and the grain attendant, he supervised in person, fearing lest the officials should be remiss, and in the end all was perfection. The ceremony took place in the eastern wing of the emperor's own apartments, and the throne was placed facing towards the east, with the seats of the initiate to be and his sponsor, the minister of the left, in front. Okay, so we're doing some crazy shit. Okay, so he's becoming an adult at 12 years old, apparently. Because that's just how they did things in Heian, Japan. Don't at me, that's just how they do it. Genji arrived at the hour of the monkey, whatever that is. He looked very handsome with his long childish locks, and the sponsor, whose duty had just been to bind them with the purple fillet, so you guys putting like purple fish in his hair now? Like what? Was sorry to think that all this would soon be changed, and even the clerk of the treasury seemed loath to sever those lovely tresses with the ritual knife. The emperor, as he watched, remembered for a moment what pride the mother would have taken in the ceremony, but soon drove the weak thought from his mind. seen Lisa's red carpet suit dress, racking it. What? Lisa who? Lisa what? What? Huh? What? But basically, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Lisa from Blackpink. Oh no, I should probably check it out though. I should check it out though. Her solo career is great. Yeah, I mean, like Blackpink is pretty good, so I can only imagine that Lisa's, doing her own thing like CL did from 21. And she's probably doing a great job. Oh, you're YouTubing me. Thank you. Thank you. I will open that. And I will pause it. I will watch it later. Oh, that's cute. Oh, she did Glambot. Oh, that's cute. Okay, okay. Yeah, I like her suit. I will watch that. I like Glambots. I will watch that later. Thank you, Itanji, for that. Totes Cokes, yo, what's good? We're reading some Tale of Genji. What's good? What's good? It's the most depressing thing I've read so far, but we going through it. We going through it. She also sang for the Bond tribute. Nice. So that explains the suit. Okay, okay. That's really cool. Very cool. Betty, Betty, Betty cool. I like it. Does Genji need healing? Genji needs a lot. With Doja and Ray, they did an MC together. That's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Music video. Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes. All right. So, is that a peanut or a banana? I think it's a pickle. Born again. Okay. All right. We'll look that up. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Pickle. It's a pickle. I like that. Very nice. All right. So, the emperor was like, "Damn, his mom would have been so proud, but she's dead." So basically, now he's being crowned as an adult. I don't think it says the emperor. Genji went to his chamber and, changing into a man's dress, went down to the courtyard and performed the dance of the homage, which he did with such grace that tears stood in every eye. Wow. Really, it's too bad how everyone is dead. I know, this is crazy. And that supposedly this is based on like real shit, allegedly, with some embellishments. So, pretty wild. And now the emperor, whose grief had of late grown somewhat less insistent, was again overwhelmed by memories of the past. All right, Lisa's in White Lotus. Ah, excellent. It had been feared that his delicate features would show to less advantage when he had put aside his childish dress, but on the contrary, he looked handsomer than ever. So this kid is like a beacon of beauty, regardless. Even with his haircut and wearing grown-up clothes, even though he's 12, he's just a beacon of beauty. It had been feared. Okay, yeah, I read that. His sponsor, the minister of the left, had an only daughter whose beauty the heir apparent had noticed. But now the father began to think that he would not encourage the match, but would offer her to Genji. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, because the heir apparent is Genji's older stepbrother. Um, but now this minister is like, yo, I don't want to marry off my daughter to this future emperor. I'm gonna marry her off to Genji because Genji is fucking hot. Genji is where it's at. Genji is in vogue. Genji is the moment. Genji is it. Genji is hot. Everybody wants to marry their daughter to Genji. That's what it sounds like. He sounded the emperor upon this and found that he could be very glad to obtain for the boy the advantage of so powerful a connection. Yeah, connect them kids. When the courtiers assembled to drink. So Emperor has obsessive, but has any other character been defined as having any character trait aside from beautiful? Um, no. Cuz you gotta think about, like when this was written. Like this was written in literally like 1600s Japan, Heian period. Beauty is everything. beauty is everything. If you ugly, it just ain't for you. Like very very it was a different time. A very different time. We got beautiful people, vengeful spirits that will fuck you up, um, and tall hats and cool outfits, vanity, you know, and the arts, a lot of the arts. So yeah, I mean, it was very much like yeah, beauty was very much a thing in that time. So yeah, they're obsessive and beauty about beauty in that time apparently is the vibe I get. I'm just saying things. So yeah, when the courtiers assembled to drink the love cup, what's the love cup? Genji came and took his place among the other princes. Now I wonder if the next character will be beautiful. You know, I they're gonna be ugly as fuck. Like just because everybody else has been so pretty, somebody's gotta bring up the ugly train. Somebody's gotta bring up the rear. You know that's how I always put it. Somebody's gotta bring up the rear. You know, we can't have nobody there. Gotta have somebody there. All right. So everybody's drinking out of a love cup, and then the minister of the left came up and whispered something in his ear, but the boy blushed and could think of no reply. A chamberlain now came over to the minister and brought him a summons to wait upon his majesty immediately. When he arrived before the throne, a lady of the wardrobe handed to him the great white inner garment and the maid's skirt, which were his ritual due as sponsor to the prince. What the fuck is this? So now we've got a some ceremonial skirt. This sounds like some very weird anime, but honestly, it's probably just the translation. Probably just sounds weird. It's probably just a translation thing. Anyways, then when they had made him drink out of the royal cup, the emperor recited a poem in which he prayed that the binding of the purple fillet might symbolize the union of their two houses, and the minister answered him that nothing could sever this union save the fading of the purple band. Then he descended the long stairs and from the courtyard performed the grand obeisance. Here, too, were shown the horses from the royal stables and the hawks from the royal falconry. Oh no! That had been there we go. Had been decreed as presents for Genji. So okay, so like, um, so surprise, Genji, you're gonna marry this dude's daughter. Here's some hawks and some horses. Hope you like it. Hope you like it. Excuse me. Is the beautiful boy gonna cross dress or something? Lol. Please, dresses are in vogue. I want to see the world. Oh my god. Yes, yes. All of this. Yes. All of it. Yes. All right, so we got horses and hawks, and Genji's like, "Aw, damn!" And at the foot of the stairs, the princes and courtiers were lined up to receive their bounties, and gifts of every kind were showered upon them. Yes, the annual gift edge. Yes. That day, the hampers and fruit baskets were distributed in accordance with the emperor's directions by the learned secretary of the right, and boxes of cake and presents lay about so thick that one could scarcely move. Such profusion had not been seen even at the heir apparent's initiation. Ooh, girl. So, like, somebody's gonna get jealous because Genji's initiation ceremony had more than the future emperors did. I'm telling you, fucking Kokiden is gonna get so mad and she's gonna kill someone again. I know it. I know it. Oh, I have a YouTube short for you. Awesome. Post it in the Discord so I can watch it later. Please. Please. All right. So here we go. So there's gonna be some jealousy. That much we know right now. Somebody's gonna get fucked up. All right. Is she going to kill the horses and the hawks? I hope not. I hope not, because that's just cruel. But Kokiden is like she's into killing women. So she's something really bad's gonna happen. I just feel it. It's in my bones. Um, that night, Genji went to the minister's house, where his betrothal was celebrated with great splendor, with a U. Um, it was thought that the little prince looked somewhat childish and delicate, but his beauty astonished everyone. Oh, he's so pretty. Only the bride, who was 4 years older, regarded him as a mere baby and was rather ashamed of him. This girl that he's supposed to marry is only 4 years older than him, and she's like, oh my god, he's such a fucking baby. I'm embarrassed. Dad, how dare you? Oh my god. Dad, you're embarrassing me. Oh my god. Kill all the people you want, just not the horses and hawks. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, Kokiden, just do yourself. Do everyone a favor and do yourself, honestly. This whole book wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Kokiden. So I guess I should be thankful. Oh, thank you for the link, Itanchi. Thank you, thank you. You don't have mobile Discord. That's okay. That's okay. I appreciate you for the link. I can still look that up. All right. So is this lady that's supposed to marry Genji is so embarrassed, but the emperor still demanded Genji's attendance at the palace, so he did not set up a house of his own. No house for you. You got work to do, bitch. This is all tell. It's like the style of an outline. Yeah, it really kind of is. Um, and I think that just might have been the style of the time mixed with whoever did the translation. I think it's Arthur Wiley or something that Wiley that did the translation back in 1925. So like, there's a lot of factors at play for this specific text. So I can't read classical Japanese yet. So that's why we're not really reading the original. So I'm sure that Arthur Wiley did his best at that time. It is kind of like an outline, though. You are right. Everyone thought that the prince was beautiful. Only his wife didn't like him. Exactly. His wife was his bride to be. So embarrassed. Oh my god. Like, Dad, don't make me marry him. You're embarrassing me. I hate you. That's basically what's happening. They probably also wore an onion on their belt, which was the style at the time. Hell yeah. By the way, Raura is from Italy. Yes, Raura. I like Raura. No jetpacks for us. No jetpacks for us. We are Chatini. We don't get jetpacks. Mama says we don't get jetpacks. It's okay though. All right. So, who needs jetpacks when you have Genji? The emperor still demanded Genji's attendance. Blah blah blah. No house for you. But in his utmost heart, he was always thinking how much nicer she was than anyone else. Fujitsubo, and only wanted to be with people who were like her. But alas, no one was the least like her. Exactly. He just wants women who are like his mom, or people tell him are like his mom. Yeah, this isn't setting up for some like Oedipus complex shit at all. Not at all. Everyone seemed to make a great deal of fuss about Princess Aoi, his betrothed. Okay, so this princess has a name. Her name is Aoi. Excellent. Okay, that's easy. Princess Blue. Um, but he could see nothing nice about her. The girl at the palace now filled all his childish thoughts, and his obsession became a misery to him. Oh no! Oh no! Not trying to judge whether it's good or bad, but yeah, this happened and then this happened without really dramatizing. Exactly. It is very dry cut and paste. Um, but we're getting through it. That was a Simpsons reference for those not playing the game the home game. Oh, my bad. I thought that was legit. My bad. Itachi says, "Yes, I play." Lots of childish mention too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I want to know what the translator was doing when they were translating this. Like, I'm sure there were a couple other words they could have used. Maybe an assistant could have helped them out with this. Exactly. All right, we're almost done with chapter one. We gotta finish chapter one. Pulling hair. Yes. Um, if you're gonna ride my ass, at least pull my hair. God. Oh, bumper stickers. Anyway, now that he was a man, he could no longer frequent the women's quarters as he had been wont to do. Oh no, he can't hang out with his 90 moms anymore. But sometimes when an entertainment was afoot, he found comfort in hearing her voice, dimly blending with the sound of the zither and her flute, and felt his grown-up existence to be unendurable. I don't want to be an adult. I want to be a kid. After an absence of 5 or 6 days, he would occasionally spend 2 or 3 at his betrothed's house. His father-in-law, attributing this negligence to his extreme youth, was not at all perturbed and always received him warmly. I'm sure he wasn't perturbed at all. I'm sure. Whenever he came, the most interesting and agreeable of the young people of the day were asked to meet him, and endless trouble was taken in arranging games to amuse him. So they're all like busting their asses to make sure he has a good time, but he's just like, oh, I can't deal with this. I don't want to be here. I want to be with the ladies. Oh my god. The Shigesa, one of the rooms which had belonged to his mother, was allotted to him as his official quarters in the palace, and servants who had waited on her were now gathered again and formed his suite. His grandmother's house was falling into decay. The Imperial Office of Works was ordered to repair it. Finally, somebody's fixing Weed House. Thank you. Oh my god. I have been waiting all chapter for this. I have been waiting all chapter for this. Poor Genji's grandmother, like, her house was covered in weeds, and she was living in a shack in the woods with him as a toddler. And, like, she was too old to do any of the landscaping, so, like, she was just weed lady. She lived in a weed house. But they're gonna fix it, and that's so nice! I'm so happy. This is good. This is very good. The grouping of the trees and disposition of the surrounding hills had always made the place delightful. Now the basin of the lake was widened, and many other improvements were carried out. If only I were going to live here with someone whom I liked, thought Genji sadly. Some say that the name of Hikaru the Shining One was given to him in admiration by the Korean fortune teller. Ooh, child. Y'all. Y'all. So we're gonna stop reading here for tonight. But like I gotta digest this. This chapter one was wild. There was a lot going on. Taking a sentence out of this book and expanding it into a whole scene would be an exercise worthy of a Scott Wright stuff stream. Yeah, it really would. I really would. Like I feel like this would be a really good writing exercise. But I am shit poor at writing, so that's why I don't do it. I mean, I'll read and I'll critique, but I'm shit poor at writing. So that's why I don't do writing streams. I'm just bad at it, and it's embarrassing. Um, but yeah, so chapter one, as we know, starts with Emperor really liking this girl that was kind of not like on a level that people would have liked, but she was beautiful. So he said, "Fuck you, I'm running with it." People got jealous, murdered her from being mean to her by being mean to her, but they had a kid, and the kid was very pretty. And then they found this other lady that kind of looked like his mom, and basically he's kind of infatuated with her, and nobody will do. So he's like, it's Oedipus Genji is what we're reading apparently. All right. It's so condensed. Each paragraph is probably enough happening to write a chapter. Exactly. Now I can see that like maybe like now I understand why people say that like this is such a thick, thick book because like I'm kind of just looking at the scroll bar and thinking, "Oh yeah, like this is fine. This is not a problem. We can get through this." But like thinking about it that way, now I get it. There's a lot going on in these paragraphs. And maybe this is like the Campbell's condensed soup version of the classical Japanese. I don't have a classical Japanese version to compare it to, but like, you know, that's just how it is. And yeah, this chapter is like the full season 1 of Game of Thrones. Exactly. It's Heian period Japanese Game of Thrones. Exactly. People getting killed, people dying, bad shit happening, backstabbing in back rooms and like court shit, kings and emperors. It's got it all. It's got it all. And it's even got incest, kind of, because like he's like Genji's kind of obsessed with this lady that reminds him of his mom that he didn't remember. Like this is some wild shit. This is some wild shit. And allegedly, you know, I've been up and down since work. All that shit was chapter one. Yeah, yeah, like that we've been reading today. Everything I've read today has just been like the second half of chapter one. So like yeah, and like it's thick with like 5 goddamn C's. There's a lot going on here. It doesn't look like a lot on Project Gutenberg, but it is thick. So yeah, like every couple paragraphs is a different page. This book would kill someone if it fell on them, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it would. I think it would, legit. I've seen the Penguin Classics version of this book, and it's pretty thick. So don't be dropping it off no balconies or some shit. What is Diamond doing in the camera? She's like half awake, half sleeping. She's so cute. She's so cute. Oh man. This book. I'm just like the best part of chapter 1, I have to say, is Weed Lady's house finally getting fixed. I'm so happy about that. I just had this image of this old Japanese shack with a thatched roof with just kudzu vines growing over it and just like you can't see the walkway, you can barely see the fucking roof cuz the weeds are so high like, and now like they're going to fix that and I think that's so nice. That's so nice. That's the best part of the chapter is the house getting fixed. But maybe there's more good things in chapter 2. I mean, chapter 2 is called The Broom Tree. So, like, is somebody going to get their ass beat? Like, is that code for a switch? Like, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. It depends. If I'm feeling good tomorrow, then we're going to go for it and we're going to read more tomorrow. But if I'm not feeling it, then we'll continue Thursday. Cuz like I'd like to read as much as I can before Saturday cuz I have a lecture to go to on Saturday. So, we'll see. And, even if we don't, I mean, I'm not planning on finishing it, but if I can get past chapter 2 by the weekend, that would be great. And I don't know if y'all want to listen to me read past chapter 2, but it's probably going to happen. So, So the Tale of Genji in Japanese is apparently 12,000 pages, or 1,200 pages. The JP version of Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix is 660 pages. Okay, yeah, so this shit is thick. Project Gutenberg, this must be the condensed Campbell's soup version. So this total thing about 2 times the length of the Order of Phoenix. Oh boy, just trying to get an idea for how condensed this is. Yeah, because like, where's the table of contents? Yeah, so table of contents is right here. And so it's 250 pages, including the preface and blah blah blah. 250 pages. So like the translator probably really took some liberties with this. But what is the, just for funsies? Let's see what is the Penguin, how many pages is the Penguin Classics one? Let's find out. Let's find out. Cuz that's like, okay. There we go. Penguin Classics. How many pages, bitch? It's talking about a fifth or so. Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of really flowery language. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, yeah, this is English. Yeah, English. So maybe different. Yeah, maybe. However, I am looking at the first result that came up for the Tale of Genji paperback Penguin Classics. It's 1,216 pages. And I'm sure that includes the preface and some sort of thing in the back. But that's pretty thick. Is this English paperback? Yeah. So what I'm looking at is what everybody and their grandmother pretty much uses as a textbook chat's gonna blow up. But like, yeah, what I'm looking at is this Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition. My bad, it's the Deluxe Edition, so it's 1,216 pages. Um, it's still pretty thick. But what about just the basic bitch Penguin Classics? 352 pages? What? How is that even possible? Oh, it's abridged. Abridged. Okay, never mind. You don't want the abridged one. Okay. A server error occurred. What? Don't server error me, bitch. Where can I get a link that I can link share? Copy link. Okay. Let me try that again. Everyone disagrees on exactly how much to cut. Yeah, exactly. Let me try that again. There we go. So maybe an error won't occur. So yeah, so I'm looking at this one, which is it's unabridged English translation. The Royale with two L Tyler's translation. It's detailed, poetic, superbly true to the Japanese original while allowing the modern reader to appreciate its contemporary treasure. I would like to see that, but I also really appreciate that the Arthur Wiley translation is in public domain, so I'm not going to get copyright strikes on my account for reading it. And that's why we're reading that version. So, you know. I would prefer to not get copyright strikes on my account. Um, so yeah, so I think that that's pretty much going to do it for tonight. We've read chapter 1, and a lot of crazy shit happened. Basically, Game of Thrones season 1 or episode 1, season 1, whatever, like was very similar to that. Um, and even with how depressing it is, I still want to read more. I want to know what happens. Could just read a page or two of the full version on your own to get an idea for how it's usually written. I could. I guess I could. And like I've said, I do have the manga version on my phone. I can, just to prove, do have the manga version on my phone. Um, where is it? There was a time when I was really bored at work a lot in Japan, and so um, I bought a lot of books. And hold on. Take me a second. I just, like, my brain just died. Hold on a second. Why is it? You know what? Take it to the first page. Yeah, see, look how pretty that looks. Can we see that? Can we see that? That's Genji Monogatari manga form. So I should probably check this out. And it's got some good stuff. Got some pictures and like how people were dressing in the back in that day, things like that. It's pretty cool. Like layout of the castle that they're staying in, questions and answers. This is pretty wild. Although the manga completely Oh no, that's her. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it starts with Kiritsuba. Okay, just like it should. Okay. I love the fashion pages. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. Like people are really into the Heian period and the kimono and dress from that time. I have a friend that is super into it, and they rock the shit out of it. They look amazing every time they dress up in it. It's just like they are literally someone who embodies Heian period Japan, and like but they're here in our timeline. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. They're a wonderful person. Um yeah, so like there's a lot more to this story than just like sadness and despair and people dying. Like there's a lot of cultural things, there's a lot of historical things. Um I've actually been to the shrine that Lady Murasaki, who's the author of this book, I've actually been to her shrine in Shiga Prefecture, and it was pretty nice. And like she's wouldn't have that shrine if she didn't write this amazing book. It is a apparently somewhat true account of court life for certain people was back in the day. Obviously, it has its embellishments, but allegedly there's some truth to it. But we'll never know because we didn't live back then, and people who could read and write were few and far in between. So it was basically only rich people. So you know, you know. But I am interested to see how this progresses. And if you guys are too, just wait till we invent the time machine. Exactly, exactly. Then we just don't have to worry about anything. We just go back and like ask her, like, why did you write this? Maybe we'll learn some cool stuff before we destroy the timeline. That would be great. That would be great. The Trojan War is theorized to have some truth to it too. Well, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Like things that were written back in the day that are historical accounts, but also that might be fiction, might have some embellishments, because historians back in those times were like, yeah, this is probably my account's probably going to be the only account, so I can write whatever about it. Um, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, so oh, chickens are so cute. Oh my god, I cannot stand how cute my chickens are. Too cute. All right. So I think that that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I think my voice is sort of. I probably should have some of these cough drops, so that way my voice isn't doesn't die, since I need it to work. But and to read tomorrow. So yeah, if I'm feeling good tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll say 7. Same time, same place. I'll post in the Discord if I'm feeling it. Um, and that's gonna be it for tonight. And thank you guys for hanging out with me, for vibing and listening to me read. And if you want to have another bedtime story tomorrow with chapter 2, the broom tree, then let's do it. Let's do it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go have some cough drops and go to bed. Wait for another day. You know. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure reading with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the links and then the conversation. And we'll see you next time. And until next time, definitely read on, cause I can't write. I ain't write nothing, cause I can't do it. Bye, guys. Thank you.